The Cartier Tank is one of the most popular watches in 2025. It seems like everyone's trying to get their hands on a Cartier Tank specifically, but if they can't afford one, they're going for a tank alternative. We made a ton of videos showcasing some alternative tanks from brands like Rotary, but I want to start a series on this channel where we try and find the best Cartier Tank alternative under £500. Now, the tank itself cost me £1.8 thousand, and it's going to be available on the next mystery drop on October 1st, but we also have a ton of other tank style watches in stock for the next drop as well. So we're going to compare each one in different videos and see if we can find the perfect Cartier Tank alternative. First up, let's talk about what I love about the Cartier Tank. Now, it's pretty hard to pick anything apart on this watch in my opinion. You've got a Roman hour numeral dial, you've got a gold plated case, you've got a lovely crown with obviously a gemstone on the end of it as well. There's an official term for that, but I can't pronounce it, so I'm not even going to try. And then obviously we've got the brilliant engraving on the back of this watch. The craftsmanship, the quality, the sort of domed crystal that it has as well. Everything is off the scales in terms of craftsmanship and in terms of having a luxury watch in your hands. I mean, everything about it screams luxury in my opinion. You've even got screws that sort of align on the side of the case as well and on the back of the case, tying everything together, making it look a lot neater. And they're very slim. I mean, they fit underneath sleeves perfectly. They're not really big and bulky. They kind of really epitomize what a vintage watch should look like. Unless you're buying one of the jumbo editions, they do normally come in quite small case sizes. This model specifically has a 25mm case size, but I still think it looks great on my 7.5-inch wrist. Now, today's competitor is an Omega De Ville. This has a gold plated case as well, and it's also available in the next mystery drop, also featuring a leather bracelet just like the Cartier Tank. Now, this one is a bit more square. The Cartier Tank is a bit more rectangular. This watch has a bit more of a square dial, but obviously it's from a very respected brand in Omega. These sort of watches are quite sought after as well. They're a lot more affordable. I think I picked this piece up for about £300, and it's got a manual winder movement compared to the Tank's quartz movement. This is one of the more affordable tanks in this variation, mainly because of that quartz movement, but I would prefer the tank to have a manual winder movement like this Omega. Now, the dial itself has seen better days on this Omega De Ville. I'm not going to deny that. It's got quite a lot of patina on the dial itself, but this can be a sought after feature for some collectors. It does still need to be cleaned up before it's included in the next mystery drop, but it's still in pretty good condition. It does wear a lot bigger on the wrist compared to the Cartier Tank due to its larger case size. This piece comes with a 28mm case size specifically, but it's still a very thin piece, and it does fit under the sleeve as well. The power reserve is quite hard to tell with vintage pieces, but I've tested this and it's came out at about a 30-hour power reserve, which is not bad whatsoever for a vintage watch. And we have replaced the bracelet just like the Cartier Tank. It doesn't come with its original leather bracelet, which again adds into the affordability and brings the price down, but I do believe it's a 19mm lug to lug width. This is currently an 18mm strap, which means we need to find something in 19mm to kind of, make this strap fit perfectly. I don't like when there's gaps between the strap and the lug. I think it really brings the watch down when you've got it on your wrist. It can look really strange when it's not sitting perfectly, so we've got to get this on a 19mm bracelet at some point. The case back is pretty interesting on this watch as well. It's got quite a different design that allows you to take the case back off quite easily. Now, when I started working with the guys in the city centre, I was trying to take case backs off myself and I was scratching the watches up big time, so I got told not to touch the case backs anymore. We can't take it off on video for you guys right now, but the guys in the city centre take the case back off to check all the sort of parts of this watch for authenticity and obviously give it a service if needed, but it wasn't required on this piece due to its really impressive timekeeping capabilities. I don't know if you can hear this. I might be able to pick it up on the microphone. Let's see if it's actually going to pick it up. The crown's working perfectly and it snaps back into place as it should. A lot of vintage watches, when the manual winding, the crown can kind of slowly turn back and kind of not work as it should, allowing you to really easily overwind the watches. Now, out of 10, when we compare it to the Cartier Tank, which in my opinion is a clear 10, I'm going to give this watch a 6. Now, that's mainly because of the condition it's in. It does need a lot of attention. The dial's seen better days, but the piece itself is a fantastic vintage watch with a mechanical movement, gold-plated case, obviously a nice Art Deco design here. It's a decent piece. It's a good alternative, but I still think we can do a lot better on this series and find a much better piece. It doesn't have the domed crystal like the Cartier Tank does. That is a bit of a letdown, even though the crystal is still in decent condition. It's got a few scratches on it and it doesn't have the dome effect. It is a nice sort of, I believe that's plexiglass that's in there, just because of the watch itself and the sort of feel of the watch when you tap it as well. I believe that's plexiglass that's on this piece. And if we could take it out, if we could take the dial out, give it a nice clean up, we could maybe bump this up to like a 7, but that's a lot of work to just you know, increase one score when already this is a lovely piece and all it needs is a nice little clean before it's added into the mystery drop. You know, everyone's always got their own opinion on watches. To someone else, this could be a 10. It could even be better than the Cartier Tank itself. And to another collector, this could be a 1 out of 10, a piece of garbage. That's just, you know, opinions. That's how watch collecting works. It's very, very, very subjective. If you guys are interested in the mystery drops and how it works, and you would like to win this fantastic Cartier Tank for £59, then you can enter your email on our website for early access and join the waitlist. And you can check out the previous video that we posted just a couple of days ago about the mystery drops and how we made them possible. Are we going to be able to find the best Cartier Tank alternative under £500? Let me know in the comments what you think is going to be the best piece that we have, and give me some suggestions. We can always pick a watch up and review it on the channel as well.